Josh, as a mate.
Our Psychosis trailer starts off with a non-diegetic voiceover from the character Tom, explaining the cause of Rachel's death to the character Josh. I think this is effective as it helps establish the characters and give an understanding of the narrative of the film. There is also diegetic music in the background, Mad World by Gary Jules, which is a slow and sad piece of music. This sets the mood of the trailer and helps emphasize the non-diegetic dialogue. The establishing scene introduces the character Rachel as she is seen in the bathroom taking a photograph. There is a contrast of mood between her and the music, as she is smiling and happy, yet the music is slow and depressing. This suggests that she may become unhappy throughout the film.
I feel you have to be understanding of what I'm about to say to you.
Through the non-diegetic dialogue, Josh already establishes a relationship between the two characters. This idea is then reinforced when there is a transition to a scene of Josh holding his phone and smiling. This emphasizes the idea and shows that they have a good relationship.
You know the picture that's been spreading around school of the girl that you've been going out with? It was because of me.
The scene of the guy playing football introduces the character Tom and Mohammed and portrays their friendship. The scene where Tom picks up the phone and doesn't tell anyone he has it challenges the idea of trust within their group of friends. The phone is suggestive of some importance, as it has been shown throughout. The non-diegetic dialogue goes on to state that a picture has been spread around school of Rachel, which suggests that some drama will occur.
I picked up your phone and I thought it'd just be a bit of banter, but it just all spiraled out of control and there was really nothing that I could do.
This idea is reinforced as the dialogue progresses. It explains that something tragic has happened, as stated, but it all spiraled out of control. The scene with Tom and Mohammed helps show the picture is spreading, and the dialogue helps the audience identify this, which makes the scene more effective. We are then shown Rachel. She is portrayed as solitary whilst walking up the steps to school, suggesting she is depressed. We can see how devastated she is that the picture has been spread around school.
Oh, you're beautiful. I'm liking the picture, you know.
Worn out places, worn out faces, bright.
The voiceover cuts off and diegetic dialogue kicks in. I found this effective as the events which have occurred, creating drama, have been shown, and this leaves the viewers intrigued, wanting to fully understand. The lack of dialogue at this point allows the viewer to be more imaginative and interpret the trailer in their own way. Shots are shown from Rachel's perspective of people mocking her and disapproving her. This makes her appear vulnerable and makes the audience feel sympathetic towards her. The scene of Rachel holding up a piece of paper shows that she feels as if she has no support and has delved into deep depression. This idea is reinforced when she is shown secluded with her back towards the camera, further emphasizing her sadness. The piece of paper stating "I want to leave this world" engages the audience into understanding that Rachel is prepared to kill herself and makes you aware of how serious the situation is. She is discovered dead on the bathroom floor with pills in her hand. Her death is portrayed through the use of long pause to make the audience acknowledge what has happened. This is emphasized with a contrast of colors such as red, white, and black. A red coat is tucked under her head, which could symbolize blood. The music is interpreted by a harsh, quick fuzz sound. This establishes the transition from one mood to another. The sound and long black pause creates a sense of tension. Then, "Violence is the solution" flashes up on the screen with the sound of a drum hit. This has a long release time, creating an eerie sound that is suggestive of a feeling of unease. Sinead is shown in the bathroom putting on makeup. It then cuts to the light switching off, which suggests she has been killed. The light effect suggests her paranormal presence in the room. The light glows with intensity before it fuzzes out to darkness. The non-diegetic music through this scene is quiet, but it slowly builds up. This creates a feeling of tension and builds up suspense. The text, "Vengeance is key," shows a continuation from the text, "Violence is the solution," and suggests that there may be more revenge and murders. The non-diegetic music starts to build up in intensity as we see Muhammad walking to open a door. This suggests that maybe he has been murdered and creates tension. The flickering lights help to reinforce the suspense as they are in sync with the music as it gradually builds up. The text, "Do you know how it feels to be the victim?" gives us an insight into Rachel's perspective and suggests the idea of her getting revenge. This scene builds on the suspense created by the non-diegetic music. A strong sense of realism is established when there is a long shot looking through the school gates of the school. The school becomes portrayed as sinister, which contrasts with the idea we are given early in the trailer and helps reinforce a feeling of horror. The transition to Tom in a classroom is shown with a white fade, which could be suggestive of death or dying, as it relates to the other death scene transitions and is a recognizable convention within our trailer.
Wait, what's that in the background? Wait, that's creepy, man.
The scene of Tom filming Muhammad reveals Rachel as the killer and displays the fear they have for her. When we are shown Tom running up the stairs, we are able to sense his fear. This is emphasized with his heavy breathing and the ongoing build-up of eerie music.
Please, don't. I didn't do anything wrong. Stop.
"Keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer" represents the hatred Rachel has developed for Sinead. We are shown this through a point of view shot of Sinead backing up against a wall, pleading. Quick flashes when Rachel takes a photograph show Tom and Muhammad tied up, which then returns back to Rachel. This shows the contrast between the character she once was and the character she has become. Scenes of her going back in time and her relationship with Josh reinforce the contrast in her change of character, once being innocent and becoming demonic. Her laugh reinforces this change of character, and this iconic sound supports the theme of horror. The next scene shows Tom and Muhammad tied up, struggling to escape. The use of this footage enhances the feeling of tension and is significant as it is shown just before the film title.
Drown my soul. No tomorrow.
This leaves the viewers with a feeling of suspense as the music builds up to a crescendo at the title of Psychosis. Hey, say something to the camera.
No!
In the last scene of the trailer, we see flashbacks to Josh and Rachel. This highlights how much Rachel has changed, and we are able to see how she was before the series of events leading to her death unfolded. There's a quick flash of demonic-looking eyes. The image is flashed on screen quickly, and it almost feels as though you may not have seen it at all, leaving a haunted image in your memory.